Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. I said I was through talking about Rhett Lashlee. I'm not. I'm not. I told y'all I have my days where I want to entertain the conversation. Then I have my days I don't want to entertain the conversation. But at this particular point, right? And obviously, we don't have anything else to talk about until spring. We got recruiting, we got transfer portal, stuff like that. But yet and still, we can still find time to talk about Rhett Lashlee and what his offense did not do and who made the offense look good, right? Okay. Hey, it's time to take the gloves off. Because for whatever reason, nobody else wants to touch this. Nobody else wants to touch it. So let me touch it. Let me touch it. Mike Harley and Charleston Rambo. When Tyler Van Dyke, this is key. When Tyler Van Dyke was the quarterback, both guys collectively caught 10 touchdowns. Tyler Van Dyke threw 25. They caught 10. Rooster, Keyshawn Smith, and Will Mallory caught 10. So there goes 20. There goes his 20 touchdowns, right? Now, what's interesting about those last three? Those last three were on this team this year. And Jalen Knighton missed games last year. Guess who was second? Guess who the second leading person in touchdown was last year? Just guess. Rooster. Rooster was the second leading person in touchdowns last year, and Rooster only played in 8 games. Rooster had 11 touchdowns in 8 games. He had 8 rushing touchdowns and 3 passing touchdowns. Well, 3 receiving touchdowns. But y'all said it was Mike Harley and Charleston Rambo. Keyshawn Smith caught all 3 of his touchdowns from Tyler Van Dyke, not Derrick King. Didn't catch none from Derrick King. Mike Harley caught all his touchdowns from Tyler Van Dyke. Charleston Rambo had 7 total touchdowns, but he caught 2 of them from Derrick King. But y'all said they made the offense. He lost so much production last year. Now, yeah, Charleston Rambo had over 1,000 yards receiving. Man, you just can't plug and play that. Mike Harley had 500. You just can't plug and play that, right? They got some yards. But so did Rooster. So did Will Mallory. So did Keyshawn Smith. So did Cam Harris before he got hurt. So this ideology of saying that 2 receivers made Tyler Van Dyke and made this offense look like that, when the leading person in touchdowns behind Tyler Van Dyke didn't even play the whole season. He had 11 touchdowns. So imagine, what's it? Oh man, Rooster just an average player. I don't know too many average players getting 11 touchdowns. I don't know any. Especially in 8 games. 8 games. Jalen Knighton scored 11 touchdowns. But again, revision is history. Selective memory. Since he's gone to SMU, the Rooster ain't good. All he does is fumble the football. Again, it's amazing how people, instead of trying to uplift you, even if you're leaving, people will just try to just go and talk about all the negative. Yeah, Rooster fumbled the ball. Some of y'all even said it's Rooster fault we lost. What? Did he fumble against Texas A&M? Some of y'all are sitting up here saying, oh, it's Rooster fault we lost to Texas A&M. Hey, gotta put the blame somewhere. Gotta put the blame somewhere. And I'm just sitting up here, I'm like, man, are people not looking? Like, this information is literally right here. All you got to do is Type in names and type in statistics, go to 2000 and 2021, and you can see this stuff. And then we come to this year, and it's like everyone forgets that throughout the entire spring, what was said, the receivers are not consistent catching the ball. No one has emerged as the number one wide receiver. We heard the same thing this year. But what's the difference between last year and this year? The difference is, even though we had those shortcomings, we still put the ball in the air. Let's see if y'all are gamers. And what happened? Charleston Rambo became a gamer. Mike Harley became a gamer. So to sit up here and say that somebody can't do something, and again, like I said, because you're going to have the ones that say, well, if you know so much, you won't be a coach. Why you ain't coaching? Woo-de-woo and all that different type of stuff like that. Nah. That wasn't in my cards. That wasn't in my cards to do that. And my rebuttal to y'all that say that the coaches are always right. Why do coaches get fired? Explain that to me. Why do coaches get fired if they know everything? Answer that one for me. Now, this the one I've been wanting to jump on right here. I've been wanting to jump on this one. This offensive line. Man, we had mismatch and we didn't have the same guys starting. And I'm sitting up there thinking to myself, man, do you not know we had offensive line issues last year? Think about it. Look, listen. John Campbell, who started this year, John Campbell didn't even play last year. Why? John Campbell had a season-ending injury before the season even started. Okay, well, okay. Jalen Rivers, another starter this year. Jalen Rivers played in 3 games. Season-ending injury. Okay. Corey Gaynor, who left and went to North Carolina, guess what he had last year? Season-ending injury. Those are 1, 2, 3. Those are 3 starters. Ja'Kai Clark. I remember vividly people saying, man, we're trying to redshirt Ja'Kai, man. We're trying to Ja'Kai got a back. That's 4. And then Zion Nelson, the only healthy one. And Devon Donaldson was returning at over 330, 340 pounds at guard, bending over from an ACL and PCL tear in his right knee. A man that size. Now, mind you, he took a medical red shirt in 2020, right? But think about this. Everybody points to the Amari Rodgers, Adrian Peterson story about the guys who defy the odds and come back and play. But you don't like talking about the stories of the guys who tear their ACL and they never the same again. The Frank Gore situation, Frank Torres, knee injuries or something, Frank still was able to go out there and have a decent career. What about Willis McGahee? Willis had a solid NFL career, but what could Willis McGahee have been had he not torn his ACL in that bowl game against Ohio State? What do you think Willis would have been? I mean, we could ask the question, what would Frank have been? I mean, Frank still was able to man, but what do you think Willis McGahee would have been? And we're talking, and obviously people say, well, you know, the medicine is better and all that stuff like that. Yeah, the medicine can be better all you want to, but the fact of the matter, we're talking about a man that's over 330 pounds. And this is not me saying it. This is just what it is. He wasn't a workout warrior. He wasn't the guy putting in the extra work. So can we imagine the type of shape that he probably was actually in before the injury? And then having a rehab, did he attack it the way? I don't know. But again, why do we forget that we had 3 season-ending injuries on the offensive line last year? Why do we forget? Oh, I know why we forgot. Because Rhett Lashlee was able to work around that. And the only reason we talk about the offensive line injuries and say, oh, man, think about this, right? Think about this. You got 3 season-ending injuries. 3 season-ending injuries from 3 guys who are starters this year. And what was said was some of the injuries that we're experiencing this year were guys that were already hurt last year. That's what y'all said. I didn't say it. Y'all said it. We got 3 guys, 3 starters, 3 guys that we were counting on. Season-ending injuries. Ja'Kai Clark dealing with a back. Devon Donaldson, ACL, coming back. What? That's 5 guys. That's 5 guys. So, yeah, we had injuries this season. I'm not denying that. But y'all putting too much on it. The season is over. If y'all wanted to rock with that throughout the season, fine. But the season is over. The information is right there. We had 3 guys. But again, like I said, you don't think about it because the offense exploded. We forgot about De'Aaron King going down. We forgot about Cam Harris going down. Of course, we're going to forget about him. His replacement came in and scored 11 touchdowns. Did nobody get Rhett? Again, I'm going to touch on this and I'm getting out of here, man. Because I'm getting, like Coach Hayes, I'm getting hot. I'm getting hot. Could you imagine if we wouldn't have had 3 season-ending injuries along the offensive line for everybody to say Rhett Lashlee couldn't run the football? Could you imagine what the offense would have looked like if we would have had those 3 guys last year? Based on what we got to see, 34 points a game, over 400, almost 500 yards of total offense. And we had 3 guys go down with season-ending injuries, and we got a guy out there, 6'5", 6'6", 330, 340, with, still coming back from an ACL. Could you imagine what that offense would have looked like while y'all sit up here and talk about what Rhett Lashlee couldn't do? Could you imagine? We're talking about an offensive coordinator that coached in a national championship game. This is what we talking about. We're talking about Rhett Lashlee, man. Hot, dog. That people just choose. Just choose to just continue to say this stuff. I didn't hear nobody say last year, man, could you imagine what this offense would look like if we didn't have 3 season-ending injuries? No. Why? Because we were jubilant. We looking at Tyler Van Dyke, potential first-round draft pick quarterback, potential Heisman finalist. Jalen Knight scoring 11 touchdowns. Oh, man, when Dunn comes back next year and the way we can use Rooster, man, this offense is going to take off. That's what we were talking about. Nobody was talking about them 3 season-ending injuries. But all of a sudden this year, you know what? I'm out, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. It's all about the you, even when y'all want to have revisionist history.